I got to tell you, I may not have been looking forward to a cross-examination more in recent memory than in the Alec Murdaugh trial. And when we talk about some of the most intense cross-examination moments in recent trials, this is one. Now, you might recall this incredibly high-profile case from 2023. Alec Murdaugh, the disgraced South Carolina attorney who went on trial for the murders of his wife Maggie and son Paul, who were executed in June of 2021. They were gunned down on their family property, specifically by the dog kennels. The motive laid out by prosecutors was that Murdaugh was a criminal. He was engaging in a number of financial crimes, including stealing from his law firm clients. And as a way to distract from that, to buy himself time, to gain sympathy, they say he killed his family and made it look like he was the victim in all of this. Well, Alec Murdaugh gets on the stand and admits that he lied to police. He said he lied about being down at the kennels that night. First time he had ever said that. I mean, he really had no choice but to own up to it, because at trial, there was a cell phone video from Paul's phone that was presented to the jury showing he was at the kennels only minutes before investigators believe the shootings happened. But Murdaugh says, listen, I was there, but then I left before the shootings occurred. He said he originally lied because he was paranoid and a drug addict, but he swears he didn't kill his wife and son. He says after leaving the kennels, he went back up to his house, and then he left to see his sick mom that night. Well, prosecutor Creighton Waters really went in on Alec Murdaugh.
The reality is, Mr. Murdaugh, is the reason why no one's ever heard that before is because you had to sit in this courtroom and hear your family and your friends, one after the other, come in and testify that you were on that kennel video. So you, like you've done so many times over the course of your life, had to back up and make a new story that kind of fit with the facts that can't be denied. Isn't that true, sir?
No, sir, that's not true.
Before you said you'd been napping for an hour or so, or napping that entire time, but now you laid down on the couch?
That's correct.
All right. And maybe dozed for a second?
Maybe.
According to your new story? How long did you doze?
If I dozed, extremely short time.
Extremely short time? Because you would agree with me that at 9:02, you're up and moving.
I was preparing to leave.
Doing what?
I don't know if I got up, went to the bathroom. I don't know. I can't tell you exactly what I was doing.
And that's far more steps in a shorter time period than any time prior, as you've seen from the testimony in this case. So what were you so busy doing?
That's
going to the bathroom?
No, I don't think that I
get on a treadmill?
Went to the bathroom. No, I didn't get on a treadmill.
Jogging place?
No, I didn't jog in place.
Jumping jacks?
No, sir, I did not do jumping jacks.
What were you doing, Mr. Murdaugh, for those 4 minutes?
Preparing to leave for my mom's house.
What? What does that mean? I mean, you're in the front room on that couch where you say you laid down. The Suburban's just right outside. What all are you doing?
I don't know if I got up and went to my room, went to the gun room, went back in the...
Doing what? You've been so clear in your new story about everything. What were you doing during these 4 minutes?
I disagree with your assertion about every detail. I don't recall.
Yeah, the evidence showed that Alec Murdaugh's phone was off conveniently for about an hour and then suddenly turns back on. Very suspicious, because this was right at the time his family was killed or right after. And the jury didn't believe Alec Murdaugh. He was convicted of the murders of Paul and Maggie and sentenced to life in prison. All right, let's go over now to the Florida case of Anthony Tote, a 46-year-old physical therapist who was on trial for the brutal murders of his wife, 42-year-old Megan, and 3 children, 4-year-old Zoe, 13-year-old Alec, and 11-year-old Tyler. Really disturbing case. He was even charged with killing the family dog. Now, here was the problem for Anthony Tote. Authorities found their decomposing bodies in the family home, and Tote was living there for weeks. Authorities were serving him with an arrest warrant for unrelated insurance fraud charges, and they found the bodies. Tote sits down for an interview with investigators, and he admits that he killed his family as part of some weird pact with his wife that they would all die together and escape to the other side before the apocalypse. It was a combination of stabbing, suffocating, even drugging with Benadryl. But then before the trial, he speaks with his sister on the phone from jail and does a 180 and says, no. I didn't have anything to do with this. It was Megan who killed the kids and herself, and he just found them dead. He doesn't really know what he said to investigators because he was stoned and he was out of it. And he doubles down on that defense at trial, that Megan is the killer. But the prosecution wasn't having any of it and really held his feet to the fire.
You told law enforcement on multiple occasions that you went into Alec's room and you stabbed Alec and you suffocated Alec. Isn't that correct?
That's partially correct.
And isn't it true that you also told law enforcement that Megan took part in the killing?
That's what the video showed. That's correct.
And that, in fact, Megan held Alec's legs down while you suffocated Alec?
That's what the video showed. That's correct.
And your testimony today is that that is not true?
My testimony today is the fact that Megan killed her kids and killed herself.
Okay. You told law enforcement that you were afraid he was gonna get away, right?
That's what Meg told me, yes.
That's not my question. You told law enforcement
Oh, yeah, on
multiple
the video.
times that Tyler was fast and he was...
You saw the video, and you saw the video also of saying I said things that have been proven incorrect.
That's not responsive to my question.
Actually, it is. But
Yes
go ahead.
or no?
You didn't say yes or no, ma'am. I
Yes
apologize.
or no?
Thank you.
Did you tell law enforcement that you had to kill Tyler quickly because he was the fastest?
I don't remember anything after I left the house till I got to jail. So I'm refuting, I'm going on your premise that that video is correct.
Okay. Well, that is you in the video, right?
It's a sickly version of me, yes. It's an
And-
emotionally disturbed video of me, yes.
And that's you talking, right?
That is me talking, that's correct.
Okay.
Thank God I
So,
didn't tell you I assassinated
There's no
Kennedy.
question.
It's quite the back and forth. But unfortunately for Anthony Todt, the jury did not believe his story, and he was convicted for the murders of his family and for killing the family dog. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. All right, let's close out this discussion on cross-examinations with Gwyneth Paltrow. So the actress and entrepreneur was sued by a retired eye doctor named Terry Sanderson. Sanderson argued that back in 2016, while the two were both skiing at Deer Valley Resort in Utah, Paltrow negligently slammed into him from behind, severely injuring him. He claimed he suffered broken ribs, brain injuries, that his life has never been the same, and he sued for over $300,000. Paltrow not only defended herself from this, but actually filed a countersuit, a counterclaim for $1 and her attorney's fees. Her argument was that Sanderson hit into her from behind, that she was the victim. This was literally the complete opposite story of what Sanderson said, and it really became a case of negligence. Did someone fail to act as a reasonable skier would under the circumstances? Who was at fault? Now, Terry Sanderson took the stand, and he went through how he was hit, how his life fell apart because of all these injuries, and he has really said he's a shell of a man since the crash. Okay. Well, then he faced some really tough questioning by Paltrow's attorney, Stephen Owens. First, by saying how he made inappropriate and outlandish claims about his client and the incident.
Upon filing your lawsuit in a press conference, compare my client to King Kong coming out of the jungle. Yes or no?
That was not my intention.
Did you do that? Did I make up those words, or are those your words to the press?
I'm not sure, but probably sounds familiar.
Do you dispute it?
I dispute my intentions, that's all.
Did you say those words about my client?
I meant to say King Kong just chased someone out of the jungle. That's what I meant.
Did you refer to her as Godzilla to your daughter?
I did not. I don't remember that.
She testified to that.
I don't remember that. It's gone. Sorry.
Also, Owens questioned Sanderson's credibility, namely what he remembered of the crash and about his prior statements.
We talked about you being unconscious, and do you agree that someone who's unconscious doesn't have a stopwatch to figure out how long they were actually unconscious?
I agree, that's true.
And yet, you did tell people it varied over time. First a few seconds, then 5 minutes, then 10 minutes. You did that, right? Do you disagree?
Yes, it did vary.
And why did you do that? Why would you say, I don't know, then it's a few seconds, then it's 5 minutes, and then you told your psychiatrist at the VA it was up to 10 minutes long? Why did you change?
I had no idea, and I was searching. I really had no idea, and I was trying to answer. I sometimes make that mistake at guessing, but I really didn't know.
Then Owens questioned whether Sanderson over-exaggerated his injuries from the ski collision, and he did that by showing that Sanderson was living quite an adventurous life, as evidenced by photos of him traveling around the world.
Post-incident travel by Dr. Sanderson, Mr. Sanderson. Did you go to Peru
Yes.
After the collision. All of these are after the collision, okay?
Yes.
Visit Machu Picchu,
Costa Rica, yes.
walk the Golden Trail.
Yes.
Machu Picchu is in Peru.
Yes.
Floated down the Amazon.
Yes, I guess so.
Costa Rica. Did you do a zip line?
Same trip, yes.
Did you go to Europe? Visit Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, France, Belgium?
With my daughter Jenny, yes.
Bottom half, James, please. Did you go to the Netherlands 3 times?
I don't remember.
Well, if you're disputing it, then we pull it out of your deposition.
I don't remember. I have no reason to dispute it or agree.
Okay, Morocco twice. True?
Likely, very likely.
Canary Islands. I need to know if you're disputing these things.
I can't dispute it, no.
I personally think that was some of the worst evidence against Mr. Sanderson. And then Owens seemed to try to play up the fact that Sanderson was only suing Paltrow, only doing this to go after her because she's a famous, wealthy celebrity.
I wrote, I'm famous because it's cool that I had a collision with a celebrity. Was that your thinking at the time? And you said yes. Do you deny it?
Not if you have it on record, no. I don't deny it. I don't remember it.
I've never thought it was cool that I had a collision with a celebrity. Do you recall that?
Yes, I guess I did say that, absolutely.
And that's not a true statement, is it? You have said this in your deposition, true?
Honestly, I don't ever remember saying it.
Bring it up
but,
whenever you
but
can.
I don't doubt you. I misspeak a lot.
Okay, this is page 15, line 5 through 8. So the words I'm famous, this is my question, seem to say I think it's cool that I had a collision with a celebrity. Was that your thinking at the time? And your answer was yes. I guess, yes.
Yes, so he made it look like Sanderson wasn't being truthful, that he wasn't reliable, that he was only out to get Paltrow because she was Gwyneth Paltrow, that he overstated the degree of his injuries because he was active and traveling all over the place. And it seemed to work because the jury came back and said that Terry Sanderson was 100% at fault for what happened on that ski slope, not Gwyneth Paltrow. Well, cross-examinations, as you can see, they can be quite intense, they can be heated, they're revealing, and they can change the course of a whole case.